And good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Centennial Bowl here in Guelph, Ontario for this League One Ontario Premier Division Game of the Week, as we will be seeing the visiting Blue Devils FC take on the hometown United in a battle of former League One Ontario Premier Division champions. Both these two teams currently fighting for the mid-table right now. This will be a big game to determine who can step out in front and try to catch those top four teams and who will possibly be going towards the bottom and looking towards those relegation spots later on in the season. Had a bit of a huge thunderstorm here just very shortly, very windy. It was about 40-50 kilometer-hour winds with some thunder. So apologize for those who are just tuning in. We have a little bit of a delay here, about 20 minutes, but we're ready to go underway as the rain has subsided and the teams have taken the field. It's going to be Guelph United in the all whites going from your left to your right on your screens at home, and in the all blues are the Blue Devils going from your right to your left. I'll be your play-by-play commentator, Martin Ohms here, giving you all the action here for these 90 minutes as Guelph will get the action underway here very shortly with the opening kickoff from their leading goal scorer. That is Jared Agyemang wearing the armband as the referee Hussein Walji checks with his assistant referees, Jose Cascales, Daniel Budarayan, and the fourth official is Rain Boulel as we are underway here with this League One Ontario Premier Division game of the week. This Guelph United team currently sitting in 7th place with 1 win and 2 losses on their season, going against this Blue Devil squad with a record of 1-1 as we see an early breakthrough here on the far right side. As running onto that one is Masunda. He finds some support on the right side as he tries to play a cross in. That one gets blocked as Duarte tries to put this one back towards the striker, but that one will roll all the way towards goalkeeper Jake Finley in goal for Guelph United. Him and Carter Robar have swapped starts throughout this League One Ontario early season. And it'll be Finlay here in this one from Coach Justin Springer. We'll introduce here these two starting lineups, starting with the Guelph team. And of course, we mentioned Finlay in goal. In front of him will be Luke Green, Marcus Pusahegi, Anthony Ostrin, Colin Kano, Kyle Cordero, Jared Agyemang, Cole Fernandez, Carson Davison, Noah McIntyre, and Gray Yates will round out the starting 11 for this Guelph United team as the lights have just turned on at the Centennial Bowl. Going against this Blue Devils squad in goal today will be Mike Markach. Him and Ms. Colchi have been swapping starts as well as they look to try to see who can take the reins in the net for the Blue Devils this season, as they've had some pretty consistent defense and goalkeeping in the past years, but this year will be that turnover year as a lot of new faces on this Blue Devils squad, and it'll be up to Captain Duarte to lead out these fresh faces as Guelph will have this ball in the midfield. Pushing it forward is Yates. Yates tries to send it up towards Agyemang as he'll get blocked as he'll go towards this near side of the field, but Pusahegi will get shielded off the ball, try to keep that one in, but the assistant referee will raise the flag as there'll be a throw-in right by the corner, so good chance here for Guelph United to try and see if they can win this ball off the throw-in and see if they can contain the Blue Devils, as a long throw-in might be a little bit more difficult here in these rainy conditions, but they still are able to get a decent throw as Guelph will get those possessions. So it'll be settled in here by Yates. He's got 2 jerseys on him as he tries to drive down the line, but Miss Coltsy will have that one kicked aside, and this time will be a Guelph throw-in right by the corner flag. This Blue Devils team, of course, coached by Duncan Wild, is coming off a 3-0 victory over Hamilton before a 3-all draw and against Woodbridge, and then a loss against Scriscopy got them to that 1-1-1 position as the Blue Devils try to clear this one away. It's a good battle by the corner flag. Yates is able to get to that one, tries to play across and gets cleared away in the first opportunity. Mitskolski doesn't get a good clearance on that one, and Guelph will continue to play this ball around the penalty area, and they smartly don't see anything as they're going to look to reset it with the defense. With this wet pitch here today, expect that ball to travel much quicker, and if you're a striker, I'm firing shots hard and low towards the keeper as that ball will skip away as Pustahegi's cross gets blocked by Ethan Mitskoltsi, and it will be the first corner kick of the game for Guelph United. They also defeated Hamilton in their single victory here in the League One Ontario Premier season before losses to Vaughan and the league-leading Burlington squad. A tight 1-0 victory there in that one. Players are set up around that penalty mark. As there's a little bit of pushing and shoving going around that area. As Guelph United looks like they're trying to disguise the run of Fernandez. Trying to give Fernandez a little bit of space to run onto this one on the in swing. Comes that one right over. Barkouch taking no chances, will punch that one away. And in the normal dry conditions, he'd be catching that one all day, but he can't take any risk, especially with all the bodies around him, as it's going to be a Guelph throw over on the far side of the field. So again, decent crowd here on this holiday Monday. Despite the thunderstorms we had earlier, a good chunk of change here with people coming in here to support this Guelph United team. Of course, both teams as well still in the League One Ontario Cup as well. They're both in the final 8. As they're starting to get the rain to pick up a little bit here again. As we see the long ball hit up the field by Fernandez, trying to get to the run on the far left side of the field, but it's going to be played too strong there for Gander. And Blue Devils once again will get a throw-in, but in a difficult position to get themselves out of their own half. It's been all Guelph United in the opening 5 minutes of this League One Ontario Premier Division clash. Nice opening touch there from the midfield. As Masunda wins the ball, as we see a player go down in the midfield for Guelph United. That was McIntyre, but no call there from the referee. It looked like just both players got to the ball at the same time, as Guelph was hoping for a free kick there. Comes a long toss up towards Masunda, one of the veterans on this Blue Devils FC squad. But he can't get anything going as they try to play that through ball up the middle. Angemang was making the run in between Tchaikovsky and Perio. But that ball was just played a little bit too strong. But good vision there from the striker as well. We see a win over on the midfield as Cordero tries to get towards the right side. Angemang trying to beat Perio. He will get that cross in, but the Blue Devils, Tchaikovsky, will be able to clear this one to around midfield as Green will look to settle the ball. The pressure still continues here for Guelph. It's always advantageous as well, though, when you have home field being a grass pitch, since majority of the teams here in League Ontario play on a turf field. They might not be a little bit used to the conditions of playing on a grass pitch, especially a wet one. And having a little bit of familiarity always helps in the opening minutes of a game while the other team tries to settle. Guelph is already getting ready, calling for the long throw. And there is that throw, but no blue jerseys in sight. And a little frustration there from Miskolci, telling his teammates, got to get open for these throws. There's 3 white jerseys all around and plenty of time for them to be able to control it. And they'll be able to get the throw in on this near side. A little bit of a push on the back of Ostron. That one will get called, but Ostron will get the block there, and this ball's going to find its way right toward Aguiman. He tries a first-time cross as he was trying to return that one towards Cordero. It will get blocked, and it'll be another corner kick for Guelph United. Good high press pressure currently going on right now against this Blue Devils FC squad as they're struggling to get this ball out of their own half. There's a set towards the far post this time for this in-swinger. Making that run towards the near post, but it still goes far as they get the second ball. You see a good battle for it. There's a shot coming in. It takes a bounce, but it just goes wide of the goal. Good chance there from the Guelph United as they were able to play this one towards the far post. Nicely headed back in from the center backs, and it fell right towards the foot of the right back. That was number 4, Marcus Pusahegi, and his bounce shot just goes wide of that far post. Always a tricky one, but like I said, especially on a wet pitch today, that ball, it's going to pick up some speed, so make it a little bit more difficult for a keeper to find that timing to make sure if they have to dive for it, they're able to get to it. As Pusahegi does well to win that ball in the air, battling against Riviere. Riviere will be able to get this one off the throw in this time, as the Blue Devils will gonna get some good bout of possession in the Guelph half finally. Duarte back towards Tchaikovsky, who's going to play this one out wide towards the right side, but he's going to play that one too high for his winger to be able to get to that one. And Guelph, once again, will get themselves a throw-in on the far side. As we mentioned, both these two teams are in the League One Ontario Cup, but battling for that mid-table. 4 teams, after 4 matches, are still currently undefeated, with Burlington, Scrissapi, Vaughan, and Woodbridge, familiar teams up there at the top of the table, with Burlington being the only one with a perfect 4 wins in 4 so far on the League One Ontario Premier Division table. The Guelph team has already advanced towards the quarterfinal. They'll be taking on champions from last year, Simcoe County, in the quarterfinals. You see a nice sliding challenge on the far side, and it's going to go all the way out for a free kick for Guelph, right by the corner flag. And the Blue Devils will be continuing on their journey in the League One Ontario Cup. They'll be playing on June the 5th against FC London. All over the back of Agamang is Tchaikovsky, who does well to keep that ball in front of him. And it's going to be nicely controlled in by Al Schachman, as he's going to try to utilize his wingers to get the Blue Devils off the field. This is a quick attack, as it's going to be cleared away as they play a great ball up for Riviere. And taking no chances there was Pusahegi. And he has to clear this one side, as the Blue Devils are now going to get their first opportunity on this corner kick. This team from Oakville, been a mainstay towards the top of the table in League One Ontario. Trying to see if they can figure this one out and get an early goal, as they're going to play this one in short with a quick 1-2, as this one will go towards the far post. Looked like it hit the hand there, and the referee will agree, as Masunda, as he's trying to control that one, had his arm in the air and blocked that one down towards the ground, and the referee will cut down that Blue Devils opportunity short. There's a long ball up. Eggman looked outside there from my point of view, and he will be able to get to that one. He chips the keeper, but can't find the goal. The Blue Devils bench, especially Coach Wild, upset there, thinking that the Guelph striker was offside in that one. But looking from this point of view and from the assistant referee as well, looked like he timed that run to perfection. Markatch got himself kind of a little bit of no man's land. It's always difficult there when you're coming out of that goal and the striker does get to it. He gets himself caught in between. So if Eggman took a touch there, he might have been able to take a touch to the left or right and seen an open goal, but taking no chances, went for the chip. And that's the advantage when you see a goalkeeper charging out at you. It makes it a little bit more difficult for a striker, less time to try to make a decision what to do. As you see a good boot up the field, as Guelph United once again wins that ball in the air. Pusagi. Good run from him down the line, and he'll chip this one forward, trying to get towards his midfield. That was Ostron, as that is going to be a handball. Unfortunate bounce there from McIntyre, and it'll be a free kick for the Blue Devils, which Duarte was motioning that he wanted to take that one in quickly, but the Guelph team was able to recover quickly and not give him that opportunity. Tough pass through the middle from Perio. Is it going to turn this one over towards the right side? Here comes the shot. It's a low drive into the bottom corner. Kyle Cordero gets the goal for Guelph United, as Perio's pass from the center back position was to nobody but a player in white. It was a first time pass towards the right side, and there was plenty of time for the Guelph attacker to place that one in towards the bottom corner. And in 13 minutes into the opening half, it is Guelph United 1, Blue Devils FC 0. As Cordero will be able to pick up his first goal of the season. And like I said, it's always tricky when you're feeling a little bit more comfortable. So I'm going to use the Blue Devils as an example. They play on the turf field. You're expecting that ball to run a little bit quicker on the ground, smoother. But when you play that pass, you got to play with a little bit more force. And it was just a A poor pass there from the center back, and he's going to try and see if he can redeem himself and get the Blue Devils back into this game. Comes a long ball up the field from Marquette. Right now, though, it's just Guelph United winning the balls in the air. They're winning the 50-50 battles, and that's giving them that time to utilize the possession and see if they can work this ball up the field. Nice little dummy run there. Eggman came in for the check-in, and he had Yates running right over him. It's almost kind of like an overlap on the throw. Almost worked out there for Guelph, as Yates, if they got that thrown over the defender's head, would have had plenty of space to make that run down the line. It's a good idea here from Guelph United as they make some good movement to get themselves some open space. Fernandez gets a little bit tripped out there, but he is able to get the clearance. And he'll get a throw in front of Coach Springer of Guelph United. But the Blue Devils do have those long throw-ins coming from their wing backs. Always a threat. As that one takes a deflection off of a couple Guelph United players, and some good shielding there coming in from Like. Has that one roll away as he surprises Guelph by taking this throw in quickly, as Blue Devils will hit this one towards the midfield. It's another turnover from the midfield. Duarte takes a little bit of stumble there, but this ball will go in through. Engman finds his footing, and he's going to place this in the bottom corner as well. The Blue Devils striker took a bit of an injury, still hasn't gone up on the field, but right away, 3 white jerseys go for it. Engman got the pass to go forward, took the time, looked up, saw there was no one around him, and he was able to place that one into the bottom corner and picking up his second goal in the League One Ontario Premier Division season. Engman immediately doubles the Guelph United lead. It is now 2-0 over this Blue Devils FC squad, who are just trying to figure out how to get the ball out of the back, as that was just another turnover from the defensive back line. And that's the problem there. If you're on the defense, there's no one behind you. One, you do make a mistake. The midfield isn't able to get back in time, and Guelph has just made them pay on those 2 opportunities. Duarte is still a little bit slow to get up onto his feet, but he is able to. And we'll have to see here if the captain of the Blue Devils will be able to continue, as it looks like he's just going to hobble this one off as he gives a little bit of a thumbs up. But Jared Eggman, he's already has 2 goals in the League One Ontario Cup, picks up his second goal of the season. And 17 minutes in the game, it is all Guelph United. Miscolci, the defender. Sometimes, especially when you give up a goal, you get that little bit of frustration. Made himself a good run there, made a couple of nice moves, but smartly recognized, okay, I made a couple of nice moves, got to get rid of the ball. As we see Cordero trying to play a little 1-2 with Yates. That one got stopped by Guelph's midfield. Will regain possession. Cordero avoids that sliding challenge, takes a little bit of a fall after the referee says that was clean. And Cordero does well to win this one off of Perio. And Perio looked like he set a little bit of a pick there on towards Cordero, but the referee allowed play to continue. And right now, of course, this Guelph team has to recognize, okay, the Blue Devils have one very experienced center back in Tchaikovsky. They've really attacked Perio on this near side of the field, Miscolci, to younger players on this Blue Devils FC squad, and they've found success so far going through this right side, or the Blue Devils left side of the field. And you can see a little bit of frustration coming out here from Tchaikovsky, letting the players in front of him know, okay, keep moving, get open. Not enough movement up the field. Smetafora. Try to chip that one forward towards the Riviere. Good header away there from Pusahegi. But it's a good response here so far from the Blue Devils, trying to see if they can pull one back in this game. As it trying to play that pass back, Spatafor did well, made that little check-in to get that throw and try to play the return pass. And the finishing just hasn't been there so far for Blue Devils, as we're seeing an early substitution coming out from the Blue Devils. And I got to say, I'm not surprised with this one. With a couple crucial mistakes to lead towards both of the goals for Guelph United. Pat Perry will be checking out of the game, and Elijah Wanless will be checking in. So, an early sub for the Blue Devils from Coach Wild. 20 minutes into the game, already down 2-0. Not liking the play from the center back, making the early change. And I got you. You know what? Sometimes you don't like to see if yourself getting substituted off in the first half, but if you want any change, this might have to be it. As they'll try to see if they can shut down the attack from Aguimen and Cordero. And here comes that throw towards Cordero. Nice move from him to get off the first one, but Duarte does well to hit it off of the Guelph United player as they'll go out for a goal kick. We had a lot of action so far this week in the League One Ontario Premier season, as 5 other matches have already concluded in this week, with this one being the only remaining one. Sigma and Simcoe tied 0-0 in the opening match, and we had a goal thriller with Alliance and Burlington, as Burlington took home that one 6-4. As you see a good battle on the far side, as Guelph is trying to see if they can clear it away from the back line as they try to find that one on the far side. Scrisapi and Woodbridge had a 1-1 draw. As you see a good cross in from Masunda, a little bit too high for him. As we're seeing a little bit of energy breaking out here from the Blue Devil squad as they do get themselves a throw in. Pro Stars and North Toronto also tied at 2s. And Vaughan took home the victory over Hamilton 1-0. Another 1-0 loss for Hamilton. Just haven't been able to find the goals, has that Hamilton United team. Unlucky bounce there off of the foot of Gander over there on the far side. As you see Guelph trying to claim for a handball, but that one hit off of the knee. As it looks like the change has put Miskolci. He has come into the left center back position, and Wanless, who currently has the ball, will now go towards the left back position, which Miskolci originally had. Riviere gets knocked down. Maybe a bit of an advantage there from the referee. As they're getting some passes going on, as it's going to find its way towards Wanless. Wanless try to chip that one forward. Riviere wasn't making the run there, and that ball will find its way into a bit of no man's land as it will go all the way out for a goal kick. I think he was expecting one of his players to make that run in towards that near corner. As just with the one player up on the attack, Guelph will play the ball short off the goal kick, and they do well to get this ball towards midfield as they're going to spread this one out wide, and the winger will be able to keep it in. Aguiman is making that run through the middle, but Tchaikovsky's a very difficult player to get that ball through towards, as he does well to clear that one aside for a throw. Blue Devils goalkeeper Marcus Young, the player step up, get up a little bit higher. That one's going to take a deflection there, as the referee will blow it dead. And we'll see here how they choose to restart this one. And it looks like we're going to restart with the ball going back towards Guelph, and a little bit of confusion here, and it looks like even his defensive players are a little bit confused what happened there. Not too sure if they were trying to return that one back towards the Blue Devils, or he's just going to take the drop, can take a quick shot and see if he can get the Blue Devils keeper a little bit flat-footed. But that was an interesting play. That Cordero almost snuck himself a goal off the drop ball. A good movement continues here for Guelph. Sunday does well as that target forward. We're able to control that ball, lay it off towards his teammates, but they can't get that ball. Once he does lay it off, gets it towards his midfield, and they can't find that ball up towards one of the other attackers going up. But the options are being brought forward, and that might have to be a tactical change for the second half, down 2-0, try and see if they can get some additional support up for that Blue Devil striker. Space now for Wanless. Returned back towards Wanless. Space for Duarte. Spot of 4. Guelph is just going to sit back in their own half. Let the Blue Devils players pass this ball around, wait for that long touch, and trying to pounce on that one was McIntyre, but Duarte does well to recover. And that's just been the success for Guelph so far. Wait for that one touch, and they will get this ball forward as Eggman will go around. He's going one-on-one, shakes out the defender, and he places it perfectly into the bottom corner. And again, it's another turnover in the midfield for the Blue Devils, and it's a quick counterattack going the other way as the midfield did an excellent job once again winning the ball. The striker for Guelph United, Jared Eggman, recognizes that one, makes the run in between the two center backs, gets on that ball as he faked the shot on the first time. Miskolci bit on towards the fake. He was then pulled out of it, and that allowed enough time for Eggman to look up, see where the goalkeeper Marquette was, and place that one in towards the bottom corner. And it's all Guelph United on this holiday Monday as they're getting ready for some fireworks this evening. With not only probably some fireworks here at the field, but some fireworks in the goal scoring tally. Reaching the 27th minute mark here in this League One Ontario Premier Division game of the week between Guelph United and the Blue Devils FC. And it's 3-0 with 2 goals from Aguimeng and a single one from Cordero, having Guelph United in the lead in this one, if you're just tuning in. And it's really come down to has been 3 turnovers in the back line for the Blue Devils, and it's led to 3 quick counterattack goals from Guelph United, making all the opportunities count. And that is what you call potent strikership between the 2 attacking players, Cordero and Aguimeng, working well with their midfield, making the runs, recognizing the touch that's about to happen, and getting themselves free onto goal. Ahmad. He's going to cross this one in. It will go behind Riviere. Wanless tries to jump in, see if we can get to that ball first, and he will do so. And there was a slide tackle there. It didn't look like Pusahegi touched that one, but the referee will say he did so on that sliding challenge, so the throw-in will go in the way of the Blue Devils. As Duarte will switch it towards the far side of the field for Tchaikovsky. Here comes the ball for Tchaikovsky, trying to find Riviere on the header. He did well to get up some airtime on that one, but it's just a touch too high as Wanless types his slide tackle to perfection to clear that one aside for throwing. A little bit of pressure there from Masunda. Had his arms all over the back of the midfielder, and it will be a free kick going in favor of McIntyre. And they're going to play this one in short. Once again, they've showed some good composure here early, but Masunda trying to pick up this pace there, and he yells at the players, okay, I got to touch onto that one. Someone else has to join me onto the attack. He was motioning towards his players. It did lead out towards a turnover, however, and they will take a long throw in to see if they can put on the attack more onto this Guelph United backline, who hasn't really been tested so far. And the pressure does succeed as it wins themselves a corner kick. This will be a good chance here for the Blue Devils. Definitely have the center backs on the size to be able to get onto the end of these ones. As they'll cross this one in, it's going to get cleared aside by the first chance by Fernandez. And some good secondary pressure coming in from Ostron, trying to return back as looks like the players didn't hear the whistle. And the referee had to blow it again for the second chance to call for a free kick for the Blue Devils. Wanless is going to leave this one in for Al Shackman to come over to take. Trying to set up a line right on the edge of the penalty area. As they're going to look to cross one towards the far post. Nicely won in the air by Yates, and the second chance gets fired over the goal. Good height there coming in from Gray Yates, getting to that one as he has to jump backwards to be able to avoid that one to go over his head. As they saw a little bit of adventure play there coming in from the right fullback as they try to see if they can fire that one into goal. As the sun has finally found its way out from the clouds from the first sight of this one here on this evening, which has been a relatively nice day so far. As it looks like the referee will blow the play dead as Wanless. He's going to run over towards the bench. Looks like he might have picked up a cut that has to be cleaned off before he's able to return back onto the field of play. So Blue Devils are going to have to play one man down for the next few moments as they look to try to see if they can get Wanless back on towards the field of play. Revere has dropped back and towards the fullback, and they're going to try and target that here quickly with Pusahegi running up, but he's not able to control that pass as Miskolci will come over to kick this ball in towards the midfield. Good pressure coming in from Guelph, and they almost win that ball in the midfield, but the second effort will get themselves the ball right back. All right, the fullbacks for Guelph United yelling, keep pressing, keep pressing. They gave a little bit too much time there for Al Shackman to be able to control, look up and clear that ball away. And it's going to be thrown around midfield, and the Blue Devils will take their time. And that's the important thing. When you're putting in something like a press, you have to time it. You can't be going full press all the time. But you got to make sure that when you are executing it, all team members are on the same page. As that through ball looked like it struck something. Not sure if it hit a hand. Guelph was claiming for it, but the play still continues. Cordero hits his forward to Agamang, and he takes a slip, but he's going to leave that one in. Marquette makes the first save. Second shot comes in, and that one just goes wide of the far post for Cordero. There was a little bit of freezing there as you're seeing one of the Blue Devils players, Duarte, arguing with the referee, feeling that a free kick should have been called earlier in this transition, but Looked like the Blue Devils froze themselves, expecting a call, and Guelph almost made them pay with a nice first save coming in from Marketch, but the rebound spilled out right towards Cordero, who probably had a little bit more time to maybe take a touch towards the goal, but wanted to play it before any more pressure came in, and he wasn't able to find his second goal of the game. Here comes the Blue Devils to try to go quickly the other way. Riviera can get to that one as Wanless has returned himself back on the field to play. So both teams are at full strength. That's going to be a low drive from distance from Spadafora. That won't find its way through the Guelph midfield. Looks like the Blue Devils could be getting ready in second substitution. James Lima looks to be ready to come into the game for the Blue Devils. As there's a little bit of a heel clash there as El Shagman brings down the defender Fernandez. There'll be a free kick for Guelph. As you keep an eye towards the bench as trying to see who Lima will be taking off. It looks like it's going to be the right fullback. And it'll be Matt Light coming out of the game. So another defensive change for the Blue Devils. As it looks like Lima's going to insert himself in towards the midfield. Miskolchi's going to shift over now towards a right fullback position, or looks like maybe they're going to go three at the back now for the Blue Devils, as Riviera and Lima are going to play more of an outside wing back position. So a little bit of a formation change from the Blue Devils as they're trying to see if they can get some offensive output to see if they can get themselves back into this game. Long ball up. Fernandez does well to block that one. Gets a good round of applause here from the Guelph faithful. And he'll play a long ball up through the middle. Strakovsky did well to read that one. But now he's got himself out of position as Guelph tries to go quickly the other way. But a nice sliding challenge from the newly introduced man. That's Lima able to win the ball right back for the Blue Devils. And he's going to go on to the attack. Lima gets shift this one forward. Finds Masunda. Sunda leaves this one back for Duarte, who lays it for Riviere. Riviera is going to cut inside towards the middle, look for some options. Finds it as they'll return it to the far side for Miskolci. He tries to play a ball forward. That one takes the deflection off of a Guelph player as they're going to cross this one in. Green was there, though, as the Guelph players got themselves a little bit held back. As Wanless and Eggman had a little bit of a tussle for the ball on the near side, which was won by the Blue Devils defender. Here's Riviere. Cuts inside, and I think if he pulled that trigger a little bit sooner, made the nice little cut, got himself the space, and I think he might have been a little bit surprised there with the amount of space he was given once he made that inside cut. If he fired that one a little bit sooner, I think that shot might have tested the goalkeeper Finley, who hasn't been tested so far in this first half by the Blue Devils. And sometimes, especially the goalkeeper is feeling a little bit dry, per se, in this type of conditions. Hasn't really been tested. Sometimes a shot like that could catch them off guard. Rivera calling for the ball, asking for a switch. And he'll have Markach play back in Riviera. Takes a little bit of a stumble, but recovers well to get back on his feet to be able to win that ball. Sagi looked like A little bit of a tough throw in there towards the feet, and it's going to be the Blue Devils coming in quickly the other way with Duarte. Duarte's driving himself towards the left side, plays a cross in, finds his way towards the far post, doesn't pull the trigger. Second time, will take it in. Looked like it got a touch there, was Finley. Wasn't sure if it was Green, but looks like it was Finley. Got a little bit of a touch there, but good effort coming in on the counterattack as Duarte did a good run, bursting in with speed down the left side, found Lima, who's showing some good composure here coming off of the bench. And another chance here for the Blue Devils. And a goal here right before the halftime break. That would change the whole complexion of this one going towards the halftime discussions with the teams. As here comes that one towards far post. Finley does well to get a punch onto that one as he'll clear towards the far post. And Guelph will be able to get this ball out of their own half here, as they'll get towards Cordero in the midfield. But Lima will jump in there to kick this ball back towards the Guelph half. Plenty of time on the switch. They're going to play a long ball up Markovich. We'll call that one. Plenty of time there for him to be able to control that as Austrian was making a run through the middle. I'm really impressed from the play from Noah McIntyre, constantly reading the passes. Did so there once again, slid there to block that through ball opportunity. Fortunately, didn't find any of his teammates there, but his challenges and his ability to read the play so far has been very beneficial for this Guelph United midfield. You're here watching this League One Ontario Premier Division's game of the week. Guelph United, with 3 goals off of Blue Devils turnovers, have them on the lead here in this one on this holiday Monday evening. Well, it was a beautiful day out. Hopefully, you guys all enjoyed the weather in this one. Of course, we had that thunderstorm, which controversially looked like it might have stayed for longer, but fortunately we were able to make us play this game. As we saw a nice shot from range. Finley allowed that one to go over. He looked comfortable in recognizing that one was going over, but still makes your breath stop for a little bit as you're seeing that one hurl its way towards the goal. But some signs of life from this Blue Devils FC team. Comes the goal kick, a little bit of a miss hit, but Pusagi does well to try to head that ball forward. Good throw from Wanless, finds Masunda. And they see a good shoulder-to-shoulder battle go on, and it's going to go in the way of Guelph's throw as both players try to claim the ball. Austrian, 2 jerseys around him. Rivera does well to get that ball away from him as that pass though goes in behind Lima, and that's going to allow Guelph to continue to try to move this ball forward. But Tchaikovsky will play this one all the way up the field towards Finley, who will run out of his goal to collect the loose ball. McIntyre's pass gets intercepted as Miskolci now with it. This half could definitely be described as one that you had an early couple minutes of attack from the Blue Devils, but it's just been the speed that Guelph has been playing with. They've been putting a lot of pressure on this Blue Devils FC squad, and they just haven't figured out a way to respond. But I got to give credit towards Coach Wild for the Blue Devils, recognizing, okay, whatever I had in the starting lineup, that's not working. Already making the changes before it's too late, as we saw a good idea from Cordero on the dummy run, but his teammate there wasn't on the same page. Aguiman would have been offside, so he's going to leave that one for a free header for Wanless, as here comes the Blue Devils. Passing continues in the back line. Green. Question has that one bounced away from him. Lima showing some good pace here early since coming off the bench. Wins that ball back for the team from Oakville. As we get close towards the 45-minute, we're going to have to take a look here shortly towards the fourth official. And there hasn't been many stoppages. Duarte did have a little bit of a knock after one of the goals. So there could be some added time here from that one. So I wouldn't anticipate more than 1 or 2 minutes at max from the fourth official. As we see a free kick incoming here for Guelph. Referee Walji just moving the Guelph players back a little bit. As we're going to see a left-footed take. As it looks like it's going to be 2 minutes of added time, as this one's going to go towards the far post. Doing well. There's Tchaikovsky able to get that one, and a little bit surprised because usually you expect your best player in the air to be battling in towards the middle of the attacking force, but he seemed to recognize, okay, they might target this player on the far post, so he's going to shift his positioning over towards that spot as Rivera is going to hit this ball forward. Good communication there from the Guelph United backline. They recognize, okay, the pressure's coming in, but you have space in the backline. Green just hit it over there. No one else is attacking as they get that ball away from the lone Blue Devils attacker. That is Masunda. As again, confirmation, we have 2 minutes of additional time. As it's one of those where Guelph is feeling very confident going in towards the break. Everything has gone their way. Their game plan has worked out. And the Blue Devils, you're going to see a lot of changes, I imagine, coming out for the second half to see if they have any chances to get themselves back into this game. Aggie does well to head that one off as Eggman will shield off the player. Good couple passes as this goes towards Cordero and a big save from Marquette. As Cordero did an excellent job faking out the Blue Devils defender. As Eggman's arguing towards the referees that they had a corner kick and an extra opportunity, but the referee will blow the halftime whistle as going towards the halftime break in this League One Ontario Premier Division game of the week at the Centennial Bowl. It will be Guelph United 3, Blue Devils FC 0. We're going to have a bit of a breather, folks. Don't go anywhere. Second half action coming up next. And welcome back to the Centennial Bowl in Guelph, Ontario for the second half action in this League One Ontario Premier Division's game of the week on this holiday Monday on what has turned out to be a very decent evening and what we were worried about thunderstorms earlier, as Guelph United currently has the halftime lead with 3 goals in the first half over this Blue Devils FC squad, who just made one more substitution, it looks like. Have the Blue Devils. We'll get confirmation of the substitution in just a moment. But we're ready to get things underway with the second half of action at the Centennial Bowl. My name is Martin Ohms here, giving you the play-by-play commentary as the teams have switched sides. So in the blue, going from your left to your right on your screens at home, is the Blue Devils FC squad, and in the all whites, as Eggman will pick up a foul for Guelph, we'll be going from your right to your left. Great crowd here on hand for this second 45 minutes. A lot of people tuning in to cheer on to this Guelph United squad on their holiday, as it looks like it's another change in towards the defensive position, as there's a push onto the back, as the man who was playing center back in the first half, Adam Tchaikovsky, he looks like he's playing more of an attacking role early for Blue Devils FC, as Anthony Wright has checked into the game, number 23. We'll look to try and see who he took on to replace, but Tchaikovsky will come into the attacking position as we get set up for this free kick. 2 players in the wall for Guelph United, as Al Shackman looks to try to play this one towards the near post, but it's going to be headed away first time by Green. Here comes the attack on the second forward, as it will get played towards Riviere. He's going to try to play a low drive, as again it's going to be cleared away this time by Fernandez, as Lima will just watch this one go out of play for a throw-in. Lima looking to try to get that one in towards their defender turned attacker Tchaikovsky, but he's not able to control that one off the throw. And the goalkeeper Finley will be able to pick this one up and try to see if they can settle this play down, as the Blue Devils trying to pick up some force and try to see if they could get a goal early. The Blue Devils FC pick up a goal, I would say, in the first 10-15 minutes of the second half. I think they're right back into this game. It's usually the momentum could personally change over towards the other side, so we'll have to see here if they will be able to continue forward, or will Guelph continue to make the mistakes in the backline pay, as there's a shot there from Cordero, took a deflection off a defender's leg, and it'll be a corner kick for Guelph. This Guelph United team, again, coming in with a record of 1 win and 2 losses so far here in the Premier Division season, with a win over Hamilton and losses towards Vaughan and Burlington. They do face themselves a home match coming up next on May 26th. It's going to be a tough one, as Scrasapi will come here towards this Centennial Bowl and take on this team, as it'll be a tough fight to find 2 goals. Markoc doesn't get a good punch onto that one, as that ball's still loose, as it continues to bounce around, but it'll be offside over on the far side. And even though the shot did miss, it's way out. He'll come out for a free kick, which the Blue Devils will take in quickly. Lima doesn't get a good touch onto that one, as that one hits off of his knee, as Yates will try to cross this one in, as Wright, though, will clear it aside, as this one will be settled in towards Green in midfield, and Guelph United defense will look to try to slow down a little bit of the frantic pace that's going on right now. Good job there from Yates, and that ball somehow stays its way into play, as Yates continues to keep that one in towards the field of play. And it just looks like the Guelph United, it's just the midfield wants that ball more. They're getting to that ball first constantly, as this one gets towards Cordero, who tried to chip it forward, but he can't get by the defender. And Lima, who I've been impressed with since he's come on as a substitute around 30 minutes in, as clear that one up, as it looks like the substitution looking on this Blue Devils FC squad, it looks like it's Lee Masunda was the player, the striker was the player that was checked out, as Wright, the man who just poked that ball forward for the Blue Devils into the center back position, was the player that came in. So it's right for Masunda's 3rd change so far for the Blue Devils, as Eggman, the double goal scorer, has this one in towards the far corner. He looks for some help. Able to find a player. As Pusagi puts it toward the middle, that clearance falls this way right towards Cordero. Cordero tries a shot that gets blocked by Lima, who came across, and it'll be cleared away all the way towards Fernandez in the back line, who hasn't been tested too much for the Guelph defensive backline, but he has kept everything in front of them when he has been put into action. But he'll be tested right here once again, as coming over is Gander, who does well to head that one away. But here comes Lima. Switch towards the far side for Riviere. Riviere with time. Cuts in towards the middle. This time he's going to go for it. And we saw him try that 1 or 2 times in the first half, make a quick cut towards the inside. He got himself some space, and this time he recognized, okay, make that cut to the inside, then go for the goal. And he was able to see an avenue towards the net, but he wasn't able to challenge Finley with that one. The Blue Devils FC after this one will return home to Sheridan as they will take on Pro Stars on May 26th before returning back onto the road. They'll be battling in the opening of June. They'll travel towards Vaughan and North Toronto, and 2 quick matches there with a cup game against FC London mixed in as well. So a busy schedule for the Blue Devils upcoming, as they're going to have to try to pick up some crucial points. And here comes a shot from range. But Finley does well, able to get up onto that one. But most importantly, control that one in front of him and not allow a rebound to get loose, as he's able to give himself plenty of time to move this ball forward, as hands are starting to come up here from the Blue Devils, calling for the clock here on towards the Guelph keeper to get this ball out of his hands. Hageman falls down. Referee points, says that one was clean, as the Blue Devils defense will just clear it out of the field to play. After Guelph stays home against Groshopi, they're going to go on the road towards Simcoe County. Always a tough match. Their future opponent in the League One Ontario Cup. They'll battle against them on June the 1st before coming back at Guelph. So it looks like it's just home away for this Guelph team. They'll battle at home on June the 9th against Alliance. Comes throwing towards the middle. A little bit of space here for Al Shackman. Returns it towards Lima as Duarte will cross to the left foot. Good cross there. That one's going to bounce off a couple players, but Finley will be able to find that one through the mess. And he'll fall on top of that one to slow down this play, as Tchaikovsky continues to be that target player that the Blue Devils players try to cross this ball towards and see if they can put some pressure in. As a little bit of a poor back pass was picked up there by Fernandez, as he'll just hit this one up the field. A little bit of challenge onto the back by Green on Tchaikovsky. He falls down to the pitch, and it's going to be a free kick for the Blue Devils in a very prime position. Just looks like just outside of the penalty area towards the corner. It's one of those areas where you wonder, okay, are they going to go for a cross or are they going to go for a shot? And you got to kind of prepare yourself as a keeper to get both of them. As it looks like you're going to have 3, it looks like a 4th player. So goalkeeper Finley is expecting a shot here on this one with the 4 players in the wall. Man-to-man marking on the far post. Duarte has a little bit of space in front of him, but it looks like Fernandez is staying relatively close. So it's even on the attacking front, should there be a rebound. And here comes that shot, and nicely deflected over by Finley as he hurdles towards his left and just gets enough of the hand to deflect that one over the bar. As there was a great effort coming in off the free kick from Mohamed Al Shackman. And that will force a corner kick, but well taken, and just an equally impressive save from the Guelph keeper. Comes a corner kick, it's an in-swinger. Good battle on the first side. Fernandez will get to a second effort from range, and Riviere a little bit upset. He realized he didn't get a good foot onto that one, but that one's going to stay in play, however, and the Blue Devils might be able to continue to put themselves on the attack. A revitalized Blue Devils FC attack here early in the second half. Obviously, they've changed their formation a little bit, going to just 3 at the back, giving themselves more on to attack going forward. But it has worked out here so far. But Guelph has made them pay through counterattacks, not so much on pure possession and moving the ball forward, has Guelph. So they're going to try and see, okay, you got less players in the back. Try to see if you can force that one mistake and move that ball forward. But the good movement continues for the Blue Devils as Riviere looks to try to play a little 1-2, but the return pass from Duarte isn't there, and it's going to go out for a throw-in. Some encouraging signs for Guelph United as well. They did defeat in the Cup their opening match against the team in the League 2. That was the Borough FC, 3-0 in that one. And their League 2 squad in the Southwest Division is currently sitting top of the table. So a lot of good upcoming talent coming out here in the pipeline. Looks like for Guelph United. Always a club to look out for. Comes a long ball up the field for Tchaikovsky. He'll be able to control that one back towards his midfield as they're going to cross this one in. That one's going to take a bounce, but a lot of time there for Fernandez. And he doesn't take any chances there as he'll clear that one aside. And it's always when players are screaming time. You don't want to take too many chances. Looked like a handball there from the Guelph midfielder, but play still continues. Riviere does well to cut around one player. Going to try a second one. And the bench from the Blue Devils not happy with that one. Didn't look like there was much on to that one, however. Taking a quick look. Looked like it's just a battle of two players kicking the ball at the same time, as this one will go its way out for a goal kick. Some pushing and shoving going on in the midfield. And it's going to be a free kick going against Guelph as the referee's telling Cordero to back off. As here comes the substitution for Guelph. As checking out of the game will be Anthony Ostrin. And checking into the game for Guelph United will be number 11. That is Jacob Cabral. So Cabral will come in towards the midfield as the Guelph coaching staff with Coach Springer not too happy, I would say, with the early pressure coming in from the Blue Devils, trying to see, okay, maybe get some fresh blood out there and see if they can shut down this momentum for the Blue Devils. And Blue Devils currently on the table sitting with a record of 1-1-1. Draw against Woodbridge, one of those top squads, so that's a big one there. For a loss to Scrossapi and a big win against Hamilton. Has them sit into the 6th position onto the table right now. But with Guelph obviously looking to pick up 3 points here, they would surpass them in the Premier Division table as Agumon tries to time his run, but took a step too early, and it'll be called back for an offside against the Guelph United striker, trying to see if he can get himself the 3rd goal of the game. Comes a long ball for Tchaikovsky, but with a bit of the wet pitch here, that ball's going to skip a lot faster, and that one's going to roll its way all the way out for a goal kick. I'm goalkeeper friendly. I'm doing exactly what he's doing right now. Slowing the play down, taking as much time off the clock. Any momentum that is gained from the opponents, take it away. Slow the play down as much as they can. Slower it goes, more control they have. Dangerous pass through the middle. McIntyre can't control that one, and the Blue Devils are going to try to attack on the far side of the field. Wanless. He's going to hit this one forward towards Lima. Too far from him, and he's not too happy with his team right there. She yelled out some frustration there. As Fernandez being a little bit tricky here into the back line, but his teammates show enough composure, gets this ball to move forward as little 1-2 going on here between Yander and Yates. And Yates will get himself the throw in around midfield. Referee telling Yander he's got to move back a little bit before throwing this one back into play. Now play a little 1-2 to get this one up towards Ayumang, who's battling for that one, but Wright will be able to come over, but his clearance will fall straight towards the foot of Gender, and they're going to continue to try to move the ball forward as they get another throw in closer towards the corner kick flag. A little bit of back and forth, and it's going to be a goal kick from Marquette, as it looked like there was a substitution as well during that play. Sam goalie has checked into the game for the Blue Devils and didn't see the player coming off, but I'm looking right here on towards the Blue Devils 11, and I currently don't see Spatafora, so I believe it was Spatafora who was taken out of the game, and goalie has checked in for the Blue Devils. Long ball up, finds Duarte. Good ball him. Ashakman falling behind there. There's a foul into the back by Cordero. Puts his hands up saying, yeah, no problem. That was a foul. Smart foul, I'd say, towards Hamad, who probably had some space to carry that ball forward. So getting themselves caught out of position, smart foul from the Guelph United team. That let them to get themselves into position to deal with this Blue Devils attack. You're here watching the League One Ontario Premier Division game of the week. It is, as we pass over the hour mark, it is Guelph United with the lead 3-0 over the Blue Devils FC. And the clash of the western suburbs between Guelph and Oakville. A little bit of a push on the back. Let's find his way for Duarte, and he fired a bullet off the iron. That one, what just goes off the inside of the post, doesn't find its way, though, off the post and in, as the power on that one froze the goalkeeper, Finley. And it remains 3-0, and Duarte puts the hands on the head to know how close he was to get one back for his team. But very impressive second half here so far, though, from the Blue Devils. And Coach Wild's telling the players, the goal is coming, keep pushing. If they keep playing like this, they're going to get one. Another chip forward for Duarte. Duarte is going to push his way forward, does get the ball. He's going to cross this one for Lima. Lima does get the header, but doesn't have enough power onto that one, however. And it's going to be an easy grab for Finlay, but Blue Devils' momentum and attacking force continues towards this Guelph goal. And the goalkeeper now, Jake Finlay, being the busier of the two keepers in the second half. And if I'm Guelph United, I might have to start taking a look towards the bench, recognizing, okay, we made one change. Nothing has seemed to be changing so far. Might have to look at one other to see if another fresh face off the bench can slow down this momentum. Good back heel from Cordero, but nobody home in white as Fernandez gets up high and towards the midfield. Tchaikovsky finds that ball on his feet, and he's going to play this one out wide towards Lima. Lima looking to try and take the defender on one-on-one. Takes a cross, but that's going to hit off the face. The Blue Devils claiming it was a handball, but that was a face of number 21. That was Yates. And the referee going to take over towards Yates, make sure he's okay. And he's going to shake that one off as he got the ball stricken there from short range. Right. Gets up high, wins up on the air, as this game has really spread itself out. Maybe some of the tired legs from the press, but the midfield has really been stretched out here, as you're going to see a lot of space in the midfield for both teams. as they continue to try to play that long ball forward, as Eggman was doing a check in there, and that ball was played as though it was a check out. Skolchi. He's going to play a long ball up. Tchaikovsky's going to go over to get to that one, and he does well to get him behind the defender. He gets shouldered off of it, however. Good shoulder-to-shoulder challenge there from the defender, I felt. Tchaikovsky fell down a little bit too easily there, as they will go out for a goal kick. Blue Devils FC squad looking on their goals so far this season. They have scored 6 goals so far this season, and it's all come from different scorers on their team. No consistent scorer yet, so maybe one of those players can be the first one on this team to get to the 2 goals. As that goal kick was much too close towards the touchline and finds its way out of play for a throw-in. Riviere. As that ball overran. Check that as Akani. Sorry, there was another substitution in the break. Akani has checked in now for Blue Devils. As he's going to look to try to get to that ball. He said, though, he leaves that for Al Shackman. Plays out wide for Lima. There's Akani. Akani tries a shot, but doesn't get much onto that one. The attacking substitutions continue here, as Riviere was the player who was subbed out for the Blue Devils, and Akani now the player who came in. Here comes a good ball from Lima towards Tchaikovsky. Going to head that one on off towards Duarte. Duarte, you got a good effort just a moment ago. That one took a deflection, and it's going to go for a corner kick. Brandon Duarte continues to find himself a little bit of space as he cuts towards the middle of the field. Went for goal again, but this time a sliding challenge there from McIntyre was enough to deflect that one away from the goal. Here comes across Akani. We'll get a touch onto that one as it goes towards the far post, and they try to put that one across the goal, but there's a little bit of an overhit there from the defender on the back line, and it's going to go out for a goal kick. Akani, though, coming right off the bench, getting himself involved in the play. A bit of a push on the back there from right, and the referee saw that two-handed push. So it'll be a free kick here for Guelph United. A little bit of communication here between the midfielders on who's going to take this set piece. And they're going to leave this one for Gander to come over to take. The left foot take. Interesting, everyone's coming forward, and there was only just a single player back. And the Guelph United players recognized that, yelled another player to get back as he gets up for this free kick. Hamad gets the first touch onto this one, as it's going to be shielded all the way out for a corner kick. I'll leave this one for Yates to take on the in-swing. Not much of a disguising around, a little bit of a players just jumbled in different positions, and they do a lot of crisscrossing. Disguise it as Gander's going to cross this one and get the header, but it hits off the crossbar. A second chance here for Cordero. Can he find the trigger? And he's still going around with it. His shot gets blocked, and it's going to be offside going against Guelph United, as that one won't count as the entire play goes down. But a nice set piece as the players look like they were just standing around and off positions on the corner kick. They did a lot of crisscrossing, and all of a sudden it's a ball played in short towards Gander, and he played a beautiful cross in towards the far post to find Fernandez, who got the good header, and that one just rang off the bar. So good chance from the post on one end for the Blue Devils, and now the crossbar on the other end. Cabral tries our little run down the line. He gets brought down. Cabral will win his team a free kick. As we get close to the 70-minute mark, as we're sharing here, and some people here on this holiday Monday start to set off some fireworks in the distance. But you're here tuned in to this League One Premier Division game of the week. Make sure to tune in for next week's game of the week, as we'll be seeing some championship level play, as Windsor City will battle against St. Catharines Roma in a battle from the borders. Two clubs who normally probably won't play against each other. That's what I like about the league here. You got to see a lot of new clubs come in this year and all over the province. St. Catharines and Windsor definitely will be a tough battle in the championship to try to see if they can avoid themselves getting out of the drop zone. It's a high boot off of the drop kick right. We'll get that first ball in the air, but it's going to be a key. Who's going to get to that second ball? And it'll be Cordero. We'll get to it. His pass goes towards Lima. Lima does well to slide down and keep that ball under his feet. But two Guelph players immediately win the ball right back with Cordero. Looked like Kalima might have collected some of the foot there. And the referee recognized that one, played a little bit of an advantage. And Lima tried to argue his case, but he did collect some of the foot of Cordero as he was trying to push his way forward. They're going to go with the left-footed take once again. Gander just did a very nice cross just a couple minutes ago. Set himself on an opportunity. And here comes the take once again. This one goes in behind the couple players who are going towards the goal, but a teammate will be able to pick it up on the far post as they try and yet another cross. That one got blocked. Probably had a little bit of time to let that one go towards the keeper, but didn't want to take any chances as it'll be cleared to midfield, which will be collected in here by Cabral. Akani now for the Blue Devils. Long ball up from Hamad, but no blue jerseys up there to make that run just yet, and that's going to have be plenty of time for Green to be able to click that one towards midfield. As it looks like it's going to be a double change upcoming here for the Blue Devils. Really utilizing the entire bench here as Blue Devils FC. See who can be that winning combination to get them that goal. As it looks like they're going to wait for the next opportunity to make these changes. So this one will get thrown in as there was a little bit of a push there. Referee didn't see that one as play is going to be continuing on as this one's going to get cleared away. One less. And towards the midfield, getting knocked down there is Al Shachman. And it's going to be a free kick. And that's going to be the first yellow card of the game. And that's going to go towards Cordero. He's had at least 3 or 4 different fouls. As here comes the first change. And it'll be Tchaikovsky coming off. He'll be one of the players coming off the field. As well as Mohamed Al Shachman. Jacob Ball is coming into the game. As is number 16, Kais Magel. So Magel in and Ball in. Tchaikovsky and As here comes the cross in. Easily clicked to now Shackman, where the player's checking out. But an easy grab there for Finley. So new attacking players going with the young blood now are the Blue Devils. Seeing if Magel can be that player to find that goal. Magel or Ball. Looks like Magel has shifted over towards the right wing, which Lima had. And Lima has come into more of a central position as he's trying to push his way forward. As Yates is going to bring him down from behind. Lima's looking for a yellow card there. Referee not going to have that. And play will be put back into play quickly as we get towards the 15 minutes left to go in this match. Guelph dominated the first half, but it's been a fairly Blue Devils second half, but they don't have anything to show for it yet. Can they find a breakthrough? And with those two changes, actually, just taking a look here, that's the entire squad who's been substituted in. So nobody left on the bench, no changes left for the Blue Devils. As here comes Ball. Ball tries to go forward. Good ball challenge there from Fernandez as he gets some good control from Yates, who will clear this one up the field. Marka taking the smart decision, just esting that one back towards his penalty area as he's going to throw that one back out towards his defense. Duarte, wide for Akani. Akani going to get that one for Ball. He's on side. Returns this one towards Akani. Akani try to get the cross in. Nobody there in blue as it'll get cleared towards the edge of the penalty area. And there's a shot from distance. But that one goes high and wide. Samar Ahmad had a look there from range. I can't really see it too much on the camera, but you're seeing a nice little fog start to form towards the far corner of the field. A little bit of mist there coming in from the earlier storm and the warm temperature starting to come out from it. As here comes the goal kick. Cabral takes a little bit of a slip, but he's able to win that one in the air. As here comes Pusahegi on a run. The defender running all the way up the field, and he's able to win his team a corner kick. Good run there coming in from the right fullback. As he's going to leave this one for Gander to come over to take. The left foot taker once again. Trying for that in swing. They've found some success so far on the set piece. Let's see what type of play they have coming up on this one. Here comes the cross. Keeper calls for that one, and he's able to punch that one away towards Lima, but Lima can't clear. There's the overlap coming in. Yates tries to get the ball towards him. Magel does well to get that one towards the middle of the field, and it's going to be kicked up the field by goalie. There's Akani all over the back of Cabral, but Cabral does well to hold strong, and he gets himself some space to get himself away from the two oncoming attackers. Cordero. Eggman. Returns this one towards Cordero. Cordero gets that one back towards Eggman, trying to pull the trigger, but getting down towards the ground is right. And he's not allowing them to get any further. As a good challenge there from Yates clears that one away from Ball, who is trying to go quickly up the field for the Blue Devils. Long ball all the way up the field. Calling for that one is Lima, but Fernandez gets to that ball first. Duarte tries to put that one back towards the Guelph defenders, and they respond with returning that one back towards the midfield once again. Akani gets knocked down by Pusegi, and this time the referee will call it. And it's going to be a free kick just on the edge of the area. And it was almost a very similar position as we saw about 15 minutes ago, which forced Finley to make an impressive save to deflect it over the bar. They're going to try to see if they can test the Guelph keeper once again from the same range. Duarte's on top of the ball, as is Hamad. Let's see who's going to be the one. I imagine it's going to be Hamad. As here comes the take, and impressive save once again. And you got to give full credit towards the Blue Devils free kick taker Hamad there, testing the goalkeeper, but that's a very difficult save not only to make, but not allow any rebound, especially knowing how much pressure is coming in towards them, knowing that if that ball came in loose, there was at least one or two players who were in tight, ready to tap that one in home. So great goalkeeping from the Guelph keeper as Guelph tries to go quickly the other way as that ball finds its way towards the far side of the field. Fernandez. McIntyre for Yates. Plays it out towards Cabral. He's been the only substitute so far for this Guelph team, as Coach Springer has felt comfortable with his starting 11 out here on the field. There's McIntyre. He's going to cut in. Finds Cabral. He tries a low drive. And Markach gets low towards his left, and he'll make a comfortable save. So Reed just under 9 to go in this one, plus a stoppage time. Probably not much, I imagine, probably just a singular 1 or 2 minutes. Hasn't been many fouls, and just the single yellow card towards Kyle Cordero issued by referee Hussein Walji. It's been a relatively clean game otherwise between these two teams. Expected, we were talking before the game, saying especially with the wet pitch, you expect a lot of slide tackles, some hard challenges. Hasn't really been the case. Wins this in the midfield. He's got time. Hans Aguiman trying to get himself away from Wright. Wright's done a great job since coming in the second half. He's been plastered all over the back of the Guelph striker, and he's following him wherever he's going. Majel try to play a ball in. That doesn't find its way through, but Connie will get the second ball. He passes it back towards Majel. Majel, though, runs out of space as he has that ball roll his foot and out for a goal kick. But as the singer, Wright's done a good job. He's locating the Guelph striker, finding a way to stop him. Even if he's going up the field, he's still on him. As it looks like Guelph United will be making 2 changes here upcoming. At the next possible opportunity as this goal kick gets taken to midfield. Wright once again wins that battle in the air. Akani for ball. Ball's going to put on some fresh legs. He plays the pass, and that goes in a dangerous area. And there's a strong challenge from the defender, able to keep that one in front of him. As Cordero is going to let that one go up, but here comes the substitutions. As first checking out of the game will be Colin Gander. And Kyle Cordero looks like he's going to be the second change. So Cordero picking up the first goal in the game in the 14th minute. The midfielder has had some tireless work rate, as has Gander. So those are the 2 players who are coming off. It looks like some changes in positions as the newly introduced players bring out some instructions and tell the players where to position themselves. As Davison, who made that nice block just a moment ago, will throw this one back into play. As entering the field be Jordan Ryu. Ryu, he'll look to replace Cordero in his position. While the other player took off Gander, that was number 15, Axel Koenig Paris, has shifted in towards more of a defensive position. Not sure if they've added themselves an extra defender in the backline, but it looks like Axel is still talking with Cole Fernandez about their new formation. Looks like they might be 5 at the back now for Guelph United, as there's 5 minutes and change remaining in this match. I got to give full credit though as well to the Blue Devils. Yes, they're down 3-0. The possibilities of taking the 3 points has almost completely evaporated, but they're still giving full effort here. They know, okay, let's try to see if we can get one here in this match. See if we can come home with something positive. And I got to say, after that first half, the second half has definitely been a much more positive affair for the Blue Devils. As Koenig Paris keeps that ball in front of him, as he'll deflect that one aside. Mad. For ball. Ball's going to cross that one in, but that one was behind his attackers. As Miskolci will be able to head this ball forward. It's a good ball going that side. And it's going to go its way forward for the Blue Devils. So it looks like Guelph will be making one more substitution themselves, as they going to put on the fresh legs to finish this one out. As Ryu will pick up the ball in the midfield. This one's going to get played out wide, and Koenig Paris is running all the way up the field as defender, and that's a good challenge coming in from the defender. Miskolci able to prevent the Guelph player to go any further as he hobbles after that collision. As here comes substitution that's coming off will be the striker, the double goal scorer. That's Jared Aguiman. He'll be the player coming off of the field, and Yuki Ibi will be the player coming in now for Guelph United as he's going to, the referee will grab the armband from the captain, and he'll hand it over towards Yates to take over as he gets set up for this corner kick, as he gets a good round of applause from the Guelph United faithful for his 2 goals here in this evening's match. So we'll restart the play here with the corner kick. They get a good ball played in right, though. Does get the clearance. And the Blue Devils trying to go quickly the other way with Akani. He's going to play this one out wide towards ball. He's got 2 jerseys in front of him to play the ball in towards, and he'll find it to one of them in Lima. Lima, though, can't find anywhere to go forward as it gets poked away from him by Green. As we got an injured player behind the field. And it's going to be the substitute player. That's going to Paris. So he came up hobbling a little bit after the collision on the near corner as the 2 players were battling for the ball, and he came up hobbling a little bit. Now he's holding looks like the hamstring. Came up worse in that challenge. And hopefully he'll be able to continue on in this one. We're going to have to wait and see. But he's going to have to come off the field to play in the meantime. So Guelph United will be playing down to 10 players here momentarily as they look to deal with the injured player. But looks like we're seeing a player come immediately towards the center line. So looks like Koenig Paris, although he just got substituted on a couple minutes ago, his evening could be done here already. And yes, it will be, as he has pulled the injury right there, as Woody Bain will be coming in now to replace the injured Guelph United player. That's why you always just got to make sure you have a couple substitutions in the bag. As there was almost a dangerous clearance as Fernandez's header goes towards the Guelph United goal, but Fenley does well to get hands onto that one. They It's Ryu on the throw, trying to fight Ibi. Ibi and the newly introduced Bane battling for the ball, and he'll pass it back towards Ryu. They'll go all the way back towards Davison as Guelph United is very comfortable just playing amongst it on the back line as Davison does well to keep that one in play and avoid a throw-in. Good hustle from Magella. Keeps that one in play, but that ball finds its way straight towards Ibi. Bane. As we take a look towards the fourth official, it's 3 minutes of added time left to go in the League One Ontario Premier Divisions, a game of the week here at the Centennial Bowl in Guelph, Ontario. It was 3 mistakes on the back line, 3 key turnovers from the Blue Devils back line, which led to nice counterattack goals from Guelph United. That's really been the difference here, making full use of the mistakes. Otherwise, Blue Devils has dominated in the second half on possession. And what's been a good battle as Ryu will get called for the initial foul. The referee was looking to play some advantage, but it brought it all the way back as soon as Magell lost the ball. Here comes the switch over towards Magell. That's going to probably go over his head, and it will, but he'll be able to keep this one in play. Doesn't have much for support, however, so he's going to have to try to do it himself, and he is finding some success locating a teammate and ball shy drives his way into the corner, and they do get themselves a much-deserved goal here in this second half. They have fought hard to get one, but it was the individual play coming out there from Kais Magil. No support here on this near corner. Somehow, with 2 white jerseys around him, comes out with the ball, plays it over towards Jacob Ball, and it was a strong, hard-finished effort in the 90th plus a minute, and he adds his name to the tally of single goal scorers now for Blue Devils FC. So 7 goals in the League One Ontario season, 7 different goal scorers for the Blue Devils. But they have got themselves out 1 goal, and I've got to say, but based on the way they've played here in the second half, they have deserved it, and it's now 3-1, and Blue Devils, again, not giving up, even though they know a couple of minutes. They're fighting for it. They're fighting all the way towards the final whistle. This ball bouncing around. Davison will be able to find that one. As there's some claims there from a handball. Referee saying play on. And it will finally be cleared away by the Guelph players. As there's probably about 1 minute left to go here in this one. Go to win by Wanless. Ball's going to get switched over to the near side. As Magell, who just assisted that play, can't get it away from Ryu. And now Guelph can go the other way. But some great recovery coming in from Hamad, hustling all the way back to win that one as Lima goes flying over the Guelph United player. And he fell down hard after that collision. He's going to get called for the high foot, I believe, on that one. And it's going to be a free kick in favor of Guelph. As this will likely be the last contribution in what's been a tale of 2 halves in this evening's affair. As they try to play that one into the corner, and it'll go all the way up for a throw, but it's not the worst case, as there goes the full-time whistle to end this one in this League One Ontario Premier Division bout. Guelph United will advance 2 wins and 2 losses in the season, as they have taken home a 3-1 victory over the Blue Devils FC, with 2 goals coming in from Jared Youngman and Cordero picking up the third. Jacob Ball answered with 1 late, but that will do it here on what has been a fun evening here in Guelph. This has been Martin Holmes here on the commentary. Make sure to stay tuned on the League One Ontario website to find where the next game of the week is. Well, I know for the men's, it's going to be in St. Catharines, so make sure to join us there on Saturday. But until next time, folks, we'll see you guys later.